Hello learners, how are you all? Welcome to our YouTube channel Learn to Explore. I hope you are doing well and studying also. So guys, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. So let's begin without wasting any more time. We were studying class 12 sociology, chapter 4, the market as social institution. We have already taken two classes on the same chapter, and the earlier three chapters are completed. In case you haven't watched it yet, you can watch it now. The link for the playlist for previous chapter is given in the description below. So click on the link and watch the previous video. So I'll start with a quick revision of last two classes on this chapter, and then we will continue with the new topics, and in today's class we will end this chapter. So moving forward, market as a social institution. Market is a place of interaction between the buyers and sellers, producers and consumers in respect to goods and services. This is very generic definition of market, and all must have heard about it. Also, you have heard, we have already done the perspectives on market, sociological perspective and also the economic perspective in the earlier classes of this chapter. So, now, in the last class, we did the definitions of commoditization and consumption. Okay, we got to know the ideas of Max Weber. He was the first to point it out that goods that people buy and use are closely related to their status in society. He also coined the term status symbol to describe their relationships. For example, the middle class in India today, the brand of cell phone or the model of the car that they own are the important markers of their socio-economic status. This is coming from the theory of Max Weber, his theory of status symbol. Weber also wrote about how classes and status groups are differentiated on the basis of their lifestyles. We have already covered this. Now moving forward, sociologists study consumption patterns and lifestyles because of their culture and social significance in modern life. तो सोशियोलॉजिस्ट जो है कंजप्शन पैटर्न्स की स्टडी क्यों करते हैं, लाइफस्टाइल्स की स्टडी क्यों करते हैं, क्योंकि all of it had an impact on socio-cultural life, on our socio-cultural life in modern times. Now moving forward, globalization, interlinking of local, regional, national and international markets. तो ग्लोबलाइजेशन का मतलब क्या होता है, लोकल से लेकर इंटरनेशनल मार्केट तक सबको मर्ज करना, मिक्स करना, उनके बीच में ट्रेड होना, ये सब किसके अंडर आता है, ये ऑल दिस कम्स अंडर द प्रोसेस ऑफ ग्लोबलाइजेशन. Since the late 80s, India has entered a new era in its economic history following the change in economic policy from one of state-led development to liberalization. तो लेट 1980 से ही इंडिया की इकोनॉमिक हिस्ट्री में चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी में चेंजेस आ रहे हैं. अर्लियर देयर वाज स्टेट लेड डेवलपमेंट, मतलब गवर्नमेंट के अंडर सब कुछ था. देयर वाज द पब्लिक सेक्टर इन एवरी स्फीयर. Then we come forward in 1990s to something called liberalization, where we opened up our economy. If you want to study in detail about liberalization, you can watch our economic classes. Okay, the link for economic classes are also given in the playlist in the description below. The shift also ushered in the era of globalization. The term globalization includes a number of trends, especially the increase in international movement of commodities, money, information and people, as well as the development of technology, such as in computers, telecommunications and other infrastructure to allow this movement. तो ग्लोबलाइजेशन में क्या होता है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ ट्रेड नहीं होता, बल्कि इट इंक्लूड्स अ नंबर ऑफ ट्रेड इन कमोडिटीज, मनी, इंफॉर्मेशन, पीपल. इन सब का जो फ्लो है within the countries outside the international borders, all this comes under the globalization. A central feature of globalization is increasing extension and integration of market. तो globalization का एक फीचर, एक विशेषता क्या है? Increasing extension and integration of markets around the world. This integration means that change in a market in one part of the globe may have a profound impact somewhere else far away. For instance, India's booming software industry may face a slump if the US economy does badly. Globalization की वजह से क्या है, एक जगह पर कोई इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटी या कुछ भी ऐसा होता है जिससे कुछ इफेक्ट पड़ता है मार्केट सिस्टम पे, तो उसका इम्पैक्ट दूर की कंट्रीज पे भी पड़ेगा. इसमें एग्जांपल दिया हुआ है कि इंडिया की सॉफ्टवेयर इंडस्ट्री जो बहुत अच्छे से बूम कर रही है, उसमें भी मंदी आ सकती है अगर यूएस की इकोनॉमी में प्रॉब्लम्स आए, उसमें कुछ अप एंड डाउन आ जाए. ऐसा पहले भी हुआ था जब 9/11 अटैक्स हुए थे ऑन वर्ल्ड ट्रेड सेंटर इन न्यूयॉर्क. It leads to the loss of business and jobs in India. The software industries, service industries and business processing outsourcing BPO industries are some of the major revenues through which India is getting connected to the global economy. So these are the sectors through which India is connected to the global economy. The virtual market conquering time and space. Under globalization, not only money and goods, but also people, cultural products and image circulate rapidly around the world, and the new circuits of exchange and create new markets. ग्लोबलाइजेशन में सिर्फ पैसों या फिर सामान या गुड्स का ही लेन देन नहीं होता, बल्कि इजीली पीपल, जो लोग हैं, वो भी इधर से उधर, और कल्चर, जो हमारी संस्कृति है, सभ्यता है, सिविलाइजेशन है, और इन सब की इमेजेस और द अवर सोशो इकोनॉमिक प्रोफाइल, इन सब दे ऑल आर सर्कुलेटेड रैपिडली अराउंड द वर्ल्ड. एन एग्जाम्पल इज द मार्केटिंग ऑफ इंडियन स्पिरिचुअलिटी एंड नॉलेज सिस्टम सच एज योगा एंड आयुर्वेदा इन द वेस्ट. इसका एग्जाम्पल क्या है? इंडिया की स्पिरिचुअलिटी और नॉलेज सिस्टम है नाउ स्प्रेडिंग टू द वेस्ट ऑल्सो, क्योंकि अब आप देखते हैं कि जो योगा है उसकी स्टार्टिंग इंडिया के वेदास से हुई थी, बट नाउ वी सेलिब्रेट समथिंग कॉल्ड इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ योगा. ओके, so we are celebrating International Day of Yoga. So this is telling us how India's culture is spread around the world. The growing market for international tourism also suggests how culture itself may become a commodity. An example is a famous annual fair in Pushkar, Rajasthan, to which pastoralists and traders come from distant places to buy and sell camels and the other livestock. So this is one example where culture has become commodity and still spreading to the global network. While the Pushkar Fair continues to be a major socio-economic event for local people, it is also marketed internationally as a major tourist attraction. जो पुष्कर का मेला राजस्थान में लगता है, वो इंडिया में तो लोकल लोगों के लिए एक इवेंट है, पॉइंट ऑफ सेलिब्रेशन है, डे टू एंजॉय है, लेकिन इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में उसकी मार्केटिंग कैसे की जाती है, उसे कैसे शो किया जाता है? एज अ मेजर टूरिस्ट अट्रैक्शन. द फेयर इज ऑल द मोर अट्रैक्टिव टू टूरिस्ट बिकॉज इट कम्स जस्ट बिफोर अ मेजर हिंदू रिलीजियस फेस्टिवल ऑफ कार्तिक पूर्णिमा, when pilgrims came to bath in the holy Pushkar Lake. The Hindu pilgrims, camel traders and foreign tourists mingle at this event, exchanging not only livestock and money but also cultural symbols and religious merit. So this is how cultural flows globally. Okay, now moving forward, guys, in case you have any doubt, you can ask your doubts or queries in the comment section. I would like to answer. If you have any doubt, if you are studying, you must have any doubt, and if you do not have any doubt, then also please do let me know in the comment section. If you are liking our content, if you are liking the way I teach, or if you want me to change anything, please do let me know in the comment section. Now moving forward, also in case you want to download these notes, you can join our Telegram channel and you will get all the latest PDF notes, videos, links available here there for the latest updates. Link is given in the description below. So, debate on liberalization, market versus state. There is a debate on liberalization from within market and state. Liberalization includes a range of policies such as the privatization of public sector enterprises, means selling government-owned companies to private companies, loosening of government regulation on capital, labor and trade, reduction in tariff and import duties so that foreign goods can be imported more easily, and allowing easier access for foreign companies to set up industries in India. तो ये लिबरलाइजेशन का मतलब क्या है? गवर्नमेंट ओन कंपनीज को प्राइवेट कंपनीज को सेल कर देना, जिससे गवर्नमेंट के रेगुलेशन कम हो जाए कैपिटल, लेबर और ट्रेड के लिए, साथ साथ टैरिफ रेट्स को कम कर दिया जाए सो दैट इंपोर्ट्स बिकम इजियर and our markets are compatible with global markets. It also allows easier access for foreign companies to set up in India. Another word for such change is marketization, or the use of market or market-based processes rather than government regulation or policies to solve socio-political or economic problems. These include relaxation or removal of economic controls, privatization of industries, and removing controls over wages and prices. तो क्या है? ये एक अलग तरीका है जिसमें किस चीज की डिमांड की जाती है कि जो गवर्नमेंट का है रेगुलेशन है, द वे गवर्नमेंट रेगुलेट इकोनॉमी ऑफ कंट्री, उसको कम किया जाए, डीरेगुलेट कर दिया जाए, प्राइवेट सेक्टर को इंक्रीज किया जाए और पब्लिक के स्कोप को लिमिट कर दिया जाए, प्राइवेटाइज कर दिया जाए इंडस्ट्रीज को, गवर्नमेंट कंट्रोल हटा दिया जाए वेजेस और प्राइसेस से। ये सभी डिमांड्स लिबरलाइजेशन के अंडर ही आती हैं। Those who have advocated marketization believe that these steps will promote economic growth and prosperity because private sector is more efficient than government owned industry. तो जो लोग मार्केटाइजेशन को सपोर्ट करते हैं, उसके एडवोकेट्स हैं, वो क्या कहते हैं कि लिबरलाइजेशन होना चाहिए क्योंकि इससे इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ ज़्यादा होगी, प्रॉस्पेरिटी ज़्यादा होगी, क्योंकि प्राइवेट सेक्टर्स वर्क मोर एफिशिएंटली देन गवर्नमेंट. The changes that have been made under liberalization program have stimulated economic growth and opened up Indian markets to foreign companies. For example, many foreign branded goods are now being sold which are not previously allowed. Okay, तो क्या हुआ है? लिबरलाइजेशन की वजह से इंडिया की इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ हुई है, ओपन अप हुई है इंडियन मार्केट, और कुछ ऐसी फॉरेन ब्रांडेड गुड्स जो पहले इंडिया में अलाउड नहीं थी आर अवेलेबल है इंडियन मार्केट्स में. Increasing foreign investment is supposed to help economic growth and employment. Privatization of public companies is supposed to increase their efficiency and reduce the government's burden to running these companies. Privatization होने से कंपनी से क्या हुआ है? गवर्नमेंट का बर्डन भी कम हुआ है. However, the impact of liberalization has been mixed. इसका इम्पैक्ट जो है मिक्स्ड है, मतलब इसके कुछ फायदे भी हुए हैं और कुछ नुकसान भी. So first we look at the disadvantages. There are some sectors which have increased in exports like IT, seafood, fruits. इन सब में जो है exports तो increase हुए हैं. Electric goods and automobiles have come down since foreign goods are of better quality. लेकिन other sectors कौन कौन से, जैसे electric goods और automobile, वो लगातार डाउन होते जा रहे हैं because foreign goods are available as their substitutes in better quality. In rural areas, one family faces a lot of competition from the foreign competition. Basically, who are the one people who are agricultural producers are the ones facing too much of competition from the foreign. And the advantages of liberalization include commodities which were not available to us earlier are now available. मतलब we had now more jobs, more options, more choices. Privatization has made the quality better and it is working more efficiently due to competition. Okay, foreign investment and foreign exchange coming into the country, so it is prosperity and growth and development. Foreign investment country में आने से prosperity, growth और development सभी में increase हुआ है. Increased employment for skilled laborer, इससे skilled laborers को employment में भी increase हुआ है. Support prices help to ensure a minimum income for farmers because they are prices at which the government agrees to buy agricultural commodities. तो ये definition है support prices क्या होते हैं कि kind of subsidies होती हैं और minimum income होती है farmers के लिए that government provides them to buy their agricultural produces. Subsidies lower the cost of farming because the government pays part of the price charged for inputs. इस सब्सिडीज जो गवर्नमेंट प्रोवाइड करती है उससे क्या होता है, फार्मिंग की कॉस्ट कम हो जाती है, लागत कम हो जाती है, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट उसका एक हिस्सा ऑलरेडी पे कर देती है. Liberalization is against this kind of government interference in markets to support prices and subsidies are reduced or withdrawn. Liberalization इस तरह के गवर्नमेंट इंटरफेरेंस के खिलाफ है और इसीलिए वो इस चीज का विरोध करता है. लिबरलाइजेशन में ये सब अलाउड नहीं किया जाता कि गवर्नमेंट इंटरफेयर करे, सपोर्ट प्राइस प्रोवाइड करे या सब्सिडीज दे. The privatization or closing of public sector industries has led to the loss of employment in some sectors and to growth of unorganized sector employment at the expense of organized sector. This is not good for workers because the organized sector generally offers better paid and more regular or permanent job. प्राइवेटाइजेशन होने से, पब्लिक सेक्टर के बंद होने से या उसका पेंशन कम होने से क्या हुआ है, एम्प्लॉयमेंट को लॉस हुआ है कुछ सेक्टर में, अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर की ग्रोथ बढ़ गई है, ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर कम हो गया है, जबकि ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर रेगुलर और परमानेंट जॉब्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं, फिर भी अनऑर्गेनाइज ग्रोथ बढ़ रही है. वी हैव सीन मार्केट्स आर देमसेल्व्स सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस and are connected to other aspects of the social structure such as caste and class in various ways. तो मार्केट क्या है, अपने आप में सोशल इंस्टीट्यूशंस हैं और सोशल स्ट्रक्चर के दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूशंस लाइक कास्ट और क्लास से भी इंटरलिंक्ड, इंटरकनेक्टेड, इंटरडिपेंडेंट हैं. In addition, we have also learned that exchange has a social and symbolic significance that goes far beyond its immediate economic purpose. Moreover, the ways in which goods and services are exchanged or circulate is rapidly changing due to the liberalization of the Indian economy. इसके अलावा गुड्स और सर्विसेज का जो एक्सचेंज और सर्कुलेशन होता है उसमें भी चेंजेस आ रहे हैं लिबरलाइजेशन होने की वजह से. लिबरलाइजेशन और ग्लोबलाइजेशन का इम्पैक्ट उसमें भी देखा जा सकता है. There are many different ways and levels at which goods and services, cultural symbols, money and so on circulate from the local market in a village or a town right up to a global trading network. In today's rapidly changing world, it is important to understand how markets are being constantly transformed and the broader social and economic consequences of these changes. तो अभी एज अ सोशियोलॉजी स्टूडेंट हमारे लिए ये ज़रूरी है जानना कि हमारी सोसाइटी में, हमारे आसपास देश में क्या चेंजेस आ रहे हैं, कैसे मार्केट्स में मार्केट्स ट्रांसफॉर्म हो रही हैं, कैसे जो ये चेंजेस हैं दे हैव एन ब्रॉडर इम्पैक्ट ऑन सोशियो इकोनॉमिक लाइफ ऑफ पीपल ऑफ सोसाइटी. So here our chapter ends. So guys, in case you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. And also please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. And do like this video in case you like the content. And so from here we'll continue in the next class. Till then keep revising. Stay tuned. Thank you.